feminine force. It's alive, it's female. The mother was first. Now, of course, I sound crazy to say women were first, because the guys who thought the world was flat, that the sun spins around the planet, and that, you know, you can bleed out by just cutting you, that guy's right. But when we say women were first, that's what the Bible says Adam was first. I say, no, the Bible says male and females created he, them, and called their name Adam. So Adam's a group of females and males, not an individual. But they'll say man was first. Now, it makes sense in your mind. Think about this for a minute. It makes sense in my mind that men were first. This is what I've been indoctrinated to believe. Men are first. That makes sense. Men descended from the apes. That makes sense. Men descended out of women. That doesn't make sense, though every man comes out of a woman. Let's try it again. Now, it doesn't make sense that men came from women, that women were first. Women are first. Say that with me. But that does not make sense in Eurocentric programming. Though every man and woman has come out of the womb of a man. Excuse me. I hope the Bruce Jenner, right? We're gonna make it work somehow. As you can tell, we're a different type of preacher. We're the guy, or the girls, or the sisters, or the brothers, the Qubtic Church, that's gonna make you think. We're a teaching church. So, every human being comes out of the womb of a female, yes? So, which makes more sense? That every female gave birth to human beings, that women were first. The oldest bones are women. The oldest bones in Kenya, in South Africa, in Ethiopia, in Nigeria, in Morocco, in South America. The oldest bones are always women. Every human being comes out of the womb of a woman. Yet it doesn't make sense that women were first. I'm just saying. All right, let's go forward.
There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is.
BFBV music.
All these mountains we've been climbing held us down, but now we're rising. See the sun on the horizon. Now my people, they'll be shining. See the sun on the horizon. Now my people, they'll be shining, 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 shining.
Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. I'm just trying to see my people rise. Pull us down, they don't wanna see us high. I'm in the clouds, so them herbs I feel legalize. From school they tried to teach me lies. Amount of times I heard my culture getting demonized. They don't show you what Africa is really like. They just love to advertise all the fleas and flies. I love Martin, but I'm not the dreaming type. Don't wanna hear my people died while I was sleeping tight. That's why I'm in the streets trying to freedom fight.
As you can see, we are here at GKTV at the African Civilization gave birth to European Civilization event. We got another sister here. Your name, sister?
Eleanor.
Eleanor, and we're asking Eleanor what she thought of the event today.
I found it very interesting, particularly the last part with the medicine where they were showing, you know, the birth and different things. Very interesting.
And would you be inspired to come to another lecture by the Reverend? How did you find his teaching?
Well, I've been to several and I'm trying to go to all while it's here in England, so
yeah.
Including a tour, yeah. Very, very interesting and very inspiring. It empowers me a lot.
Very insightful, enjoyed it, so all the best. Eric.
Eric, yeah. And I see you taking in the information there. You sat a couple of rows from the front there. What do you think of the whole proceedings?
It's eye-opening, and you know, learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I wouldn't even think about normally. So yeah.
You got a lot to go and share with your young people your age, yeah?
Definitely.
And my name's Beverly. I thought the lecture was brilliant. He was so informative. He was entertaining. He made you laugh. He made you think. He brought so much historical information to me that he just opened my mind up to so much information that I want to investigate more and seek more information. So I was thoroughly impressed and enjoyed by the whole presentation.
Another great event brought to you by Black History Studies. Who you would recommend?
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely.
And you, my sister, your name?
I'm Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Hi.
What did you think of the lecture?
I thought it was inspiring, it was awesome. The information and knowledge that he's given you, just put it into perspective in a way that you can understand. I enjoyed his teaching and the learning and the fact that you can just go away and take the information and absorb it, and it leaves you wanting more. So for me, yes, I'll definitely be making a trip to the Qubtic Church, and I'll be purchasing some of the books. So yeah, just the fact that he touched on so many different topics and touched on the surface, it just leaves me wanting more. But yeah, fantastic.
He did say that would happen, didn't he?
He did indeed. And
okay then, excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Now, I am the Hotep Tar, and I'm what you call the head or the person that runs the European section of the church. Today we've flown him from America, and he's the Baba of the church, or we call the Basesh, the main person that does all the scribing for us. And he's been scribing for a few years and studying for a few years, and he's the head of our church. He's known as Basesh Haru Hotep Tar, or simply Dr. Ahmadou Varmah. So now I'll bring on Dr. Ahmadou Varmah. A loud round of applause, please.
Peace, everyone. Peace.
Welcome to GKTV, the UK's #1 conscious platform. You are with your vibe master, Dogon. We have come to an end of African civilization, gave birth to European civilization over here at the Platness College in Stockwell. We have had some sound bites. You've heard from the people who attended what they actually thought of the entire event. I'd like to first bring in the Kahun of the Holy Qubtic Church UK, the good Reverend Dr. Horace Wright, my good brother. How are you feeling after today?
Namaste. Well, I'm happy because when we came in, remember this is South London, and we've not really known in South London. We had a reasonable turnout. We can't complain about the turnout, and most importantly, the people enjoyed it, and we feel by the look on their face that. And when I went up there and asked them, did they want more? Everyone wanted more and wanted him to come back. That's Dr. Ahmadou Varmah. That the seed has been planted, and once the seed has been planted and that conscious mind's awakening, we're happy.
You're right in saying that people did enjoy it. You'll see that from the sound bites, the feedback that was given back. Everybody was saying that the lecture was very informative, very easy to grasp, and also entertaining.
Well, see, one thing that we've been taught is that people need to be entertained. So when we deliver, it's not just about giving you information. It's also about giving you information in a way that you're going to take it and remember it. So it's got to be an entertaining fashion. If it's not entertaining fashion, then it just becomes oh my gosh, I'm sitting down here listening to someone talk. It's boring, right? So even if you was interviewing me and I was just going, well, yes, that was okay. No one's going to want to watch this. So it's got to be entertaining. We've got to make it so that people want to hear us, and that's how we deliver. It's very entertaining, but at the same time, giving you information that's going to help to awaken the conscious mind.
So I'm going to take you to the man who delivered the lecture, which many of you will hear from the sound bites. A lot of people saying they thoroughly enjoyed. Once again, welcome to the Kahun, the good Reverend, my brother, Dr. Ahmadou Varmah.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. We always give a lot of homage and respect to gotkushTV. We give a lot of respect to the Holy Qubtic Church, to Haru Hotep Tar, and all of the brothers and sisters that are making events like this possible. I'm grateful to be in London, always. Grateful to be able to travel places and see people, and hopefully plant a seed in the minds of people that will help to trigger a changing and awareness to do my little small part. What we always tell the viewers, anyone watching out there or attending any of our events, we don't want you to follow what we're saying. We want you to be inspired to want to know more than what you know. We want you to be inspired to want to be involved, to do something towards the liberation of our people, and join some type of conscious movement that's about doing something. It doesn't have to be what we're doing, but join something, be a part of the solution in some way, form, or fashion, and go out and try to get things done. So gotkushTV, big ups to yourself, brother Ahmadou, what you've been doing, and all the brothers that are getting things done.
Well, we have to big you up as well, because you delivered so much, but let's be honest, it wasn't everything that you wanted to touch and you managed to touch it. There never seems to be enough time for you.
Well, no, we do our best. When we do our PowerPoints, we try to put together maybe 200 slides just on that subject matter, because that way, no matter what, we're not going to run out of information. It's better to run out of time and have more to say, for which people can come back. And most of these PowerPoints that we're doing are all going to become books eventually, where people can actually take the books and go home and sit in the confines of their home and actually read them. But in the process, if we have enough information to get people to realize that they need to go home and do some more homework and some research, then we've done our part. That's all we can ask.
I've got to ask you, because a lot of people were telling us they found you very entertaining and very funny. Have you ever done any kind of comedy culture or anything?
Here's the reality. What we're taught, as my brother said, we're just taught to be yourself. I'm not trying to be funny. I think the truth sometimes can come off funny because it's right in front of you and you didn't see it, and that's what's making you laugh. But it's never an intention to be funny. It's an intention to educate and stimulate. And if it's done in a way, an entertaining way, that can make a person feel more comfortable and less defensive at the fact that we're attacking all that they've been taught in their entire life, because that's the reality. You're doing like a brain surgery and you're attacking everything people have been taught for their whole lives, and you have to be able to attack it in a way that makes them non-aggressive in fighting it away. And sometimes it takes what appears to be sounding funny, but it means that they've been able to receive the message and that it will grow in them. The Temple of Hathor has this symbol in the roof of it. It's called the Dendera. Dendera, say Dendera. It's the oldest zodiac, it's a cosmological system, and it is the foundation of all true spiritual practices, because it determines that every human being, when we entered the womb as a semen, you entered in head first and you spin through the houses or the constellations which have energies, because you are a celestial being having a human experience. Though you and I have been taught religiously, we are human beings hoping one day that we are going to go to Jannah, heaven, Valhalla, Hindus call it Nirvana. We're all hoping and wishing and praying that one day when I'm going somewhere. Though every other creature in nature has figured it out. I've never seen lions go, dear God, one day when I die, please let me go to the land where I'll have all nothing flowing with many deers and antelopes that I eat. But human beings, our programming, and I know some of you, the religious amongst us in this room, are taking offense because we're attacking something. And that's okay, I understand. Remember, we told you in the beginning, we understood that the offense would be there. Shemi, it's gonna go off. We understood that the offense would be there. But we're not saying it to offend you, we're saying it because you have an amnesia, and the only way to wake you up is we have to challenge everything you've been taught. Continue.
If there's anything you would like anyone who maybe didn't catch one of your lectures while you've been in London to pick up while you're here on camera, what would it be?
Well, I would tell anyone who's on camera or being on camera, anyone watching at home, I would say seek out the Holy Qubtic Church here in London. If you live in London or in the surrounding areas, make your way to our Kanisa, our assembly or our church as you would. Come out there on Sundays from 1 to 4 p.m. to our question and answer fellowship, where you can ask some of the questions that you will see on the programs, such as Gotkush puts out, such as Coptic Television puts out. You'll be able to ask those types of questions and be able to get answers towards the liberation of yourself and then hopefully your family to follow.
One of the things you emphasized finally was that it's not that regular church that everybody thinks when they hear the word church. This is a teaching church, yeah?
That's correct. Well, we know every Sunday mornings at our different locations, such as the one here in London, we have first the service, and that's for members or those who would just like to come and see an ancient Tamadayan or ancient African true spiritual service, Sunday service. And then from 1, that's when the population or the people who want to learn, the public, can come from 1 to 4 p.m. and that's just straight question and answers. We're not passing no collection plate. It's just about you asking questions. So we say bring a pen, bring a paper, bring your tablet nowadays with technology, or even your phone where you can write down and jot down and take pictures. There's always a projector there with live internet feed. So if we're talking about something, we can bring it up and you can see it in live and live in color.
That's the difference with the Holy Qubtic Church. Most definitely a teaching church. We hope that you will manage to watch this and be inspired, and we look forward to your next lecture, the 28th of November. Yeah, this one's over. We keep it moving to the next one, right?
Thank you very much for having us as always. Great job.
All right then, thank you. We're here, glad to be here. We didn't manage to catch the first Divine Feminine because we were in France. Great to be here, great to witness, very entertaining, very educational, very funny. This is gotkushTV. We were at the African civilization gave birth to European civilization. We learned so much. It was also very, very funny. And the whole event was very welcoming. Black History Studies, we'd like to thank you for inviting us along once again. Make sure you check out blackhistorystudies.com, Mark and Charmaine. All right, and many thanks to the Cahoons of the Holy Qubtic Church for taking time out to speak with us. Keep it where you got it. We are the UK's #1 conscious platform, GKTV. I'm Dua Mutev and Unc. We'll be back another time. See you on the other side. Namaste.
Continue. So this Dendera temple, continue. Go next one, next. In the Dendera temple sits this symbol of this divine woman. Her name is Hathor. Say Hathor. And Hathor is standing or beneath Nut. Nut's that blue lady. She's always drawn blue for a reason. See, according to Eurocentric thinking, heaven is clouds, right? You know, St. Peter, pearly gates. Muslims have the same thing. Everybody got the same thing. Heaven, clouds, and there's God, and there's clouds, and there's angels. But that's a concept that has to come from a land where there's always clouds. Because if you're in a tropical region, heaven for you is not a cloudy day. Heaven for you is a sunny day. So whoever gave us the concept of a heaven being a place with clouds has to be people who are coming from a land that's inundated with clouds, right? But in Tamaré, we drew heaven as a blue sky. And she was called Nut. And earth was Gad, and he sits beneath her, laying on his back. And she's considered the womb of heaven that establishes all life, because our mother, no baby, and I've said this before and will continue to say it till it sticks. I've been to all around the world. Many, many places, many countries. And I've heard many babies cry, whose parents spoke many, many, many different languages. But I've never, ever heard a baby going, Allah, Jehovah, God, Jesus. Never. I've heard every baby, Any fathers in here ever get left with the baby at home when mom went out? Woo! If you've never gone through that, you'll figure it out at that moment. How important she is, because she is the true source of life. And the baby will make it very clear to you and me as men, I don't want you. I want my mom. Continue. We'll take a break in a moment. This is the Cyrus constellation. The Dogon charted the Cyrus constellation. They say we didn't have solar biology. We didn't have a time system. This is the Dogon of Mali. Charted this without telescopes. It's on YouTube. You can go in there, you can watch it. These primitive people in West Africa and Mali were charting the constellations when Galileo and them thought the planet was flat. How did they know this? What did they have? So if you know the Dogon were charting these systems, and it wasn't just the Dogon, the Zulu did it, the Mandinka, the Afar, the Effendi, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, the Cherokee, the Mandan, the Choctaw, the Iroquois, and I can go on with every tribe until we cover them all, and they all had melanin in common. They were all charting the constellations of the boundless universes. They were seeing Cyrus. Cyrus is not like close. They were charting it and drawing it. So why are you still giving me the lie in school that Galileo or Isaac Newton? If you know this is the truth, and they know because it's in the British Museum, is that King's College? Is that Oxford? Is that Cambridge? Is that Yale? Is that Harvard? If you know this, then why are you still teaching a lie? You know Columbus did not discover America. You know he thought he was going to India. You know he got lost. Stumbled on Trinidad. Looked at the indigenous Arawak people and said, India. He said, nah, you missed the turn. Oh, what the heck, I just call you West Indies. Anything than to admit I was wrong. Wouldn't it just be simple to say, am I in India? He said, no. Where's this place? You would have given me the name and name it that. No, I have manifest destiny. I can name you what I want to name. You're West Indian. And now we are from Trinidad, Jamaica, Bahamas, wherever I am a West Indian. Really? You say, you're African. No, I'm not African, West Indian. It's like the thing with the men coming from women, but women can't be first. You're an African. No, I'm not African, I'm West Indian. You follow the program. Continue, we'll take a break in a moment, right? So, in the Louvre in France, sits this zodiac of Dendera that all the scholars of the Indian culture and Chinese culture and European cultures, they all say the oldest cosmological record It's this massive stone found throughout Africa in what they're calling Egypt. It wasn't called Egypt, because the Greeks named it Aegyptos. Stop naming us what you want to call us, that's just what we call ourselves. Makes sense? Okay. Continue. This is another depiction of it, Lamassu, from the palace of Sargon. Sargon, which is Kushite Babylon, right? Because Sargon said, well, no, Babylonians weren't Africans. No, Babylon was established biblically by Nimrod, and Nimrod was the son of Cush, and Cush is Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is in Africa. So, when Nimrod established these Mesopotamian, Akkad, and Kelna, and Babel, Nimrod, son of Cush. Cush is Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in Africa. Cush, son of Ham. Ham is Africa, according to what you told me. So Nimrod's a what, y'all? You can say it. Secret's out, an African. So this African Nimrod built the city. And at his palace of Sargon, another name for Nimrod, at Lamassu, they have the same Dendera. Well, where did he get it from if he came from Cush? Ethiopia, Africa, where the Dendera is found. Where did he get it from? Y'all can say it, don't be afraid. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you. No one's going to beat you. Africa. It has to be. If I'm from somewhere and I'm teaching something that's found in the place that I'm coming from, then whatever I'm teaching has to have originated in that place. Fair enough? Continue. Procession. The planet tilts. This is what the Dogon had, the Hopi had, the Navajo had. About the way the procession needle shifts, how the planet moves. Continue. This is stuff you can look up. The Dendera of the zodiac, about the great plowman. One of the constellations you call Arcturus, they had this in Dendera. This is why you see these carvings on the wall of a person, an African human being, woman or man, pushing a plow cow, a cow plowing the field, and you're thinking they're plowing the field. No, it's the constellation of the plowman who you call Arcturus. We were charting constellations. Continue. I want to cover this and then we'll take a break there. Okay. This procession needle that all the great ziggurats and pyramids in South America and Africa and Nubia and Funt, Libya. It was there. You had this when they still thought the world was flat. Timbuktu existed. The greatest university at the time on the planet existed. Now it's Oxford and Cambridge and Yale. But they came to study from you. Continue. Skip this, that's the Dogon. We'll come back another day. That's the same Dogon. You see the Dogon? Notice the guy on the right-hand side. You see that person wearing that cow's mask with the horns? Remember that picture of Hathor with her hands up? The Bullhorn Society. The Dogons are a part of a secret sisterhood and brotherhood of keeping certain African information alive. When Europe and those of such minds would like you and I to
them. This is our time. Our time.
All these mountains we've been climbing held us down, but now we're rising. See the sun on the horizon. Now my people, they'll be shining. See the sun on the horizon. Now my people, they'll be shining, shining, shining.
We can rise above the clouds. For a long, long time, they had us bound. They wanna keep tabs and track us down. Cat and mouse, it's like they're trying to trap us.